welcome back to another episode of Make Ineos Grenadiers Great Again, where we're trying to restore the former glory of Team Sky, now Ineos Grenadiers, to the British squad, taking control, picking which riders are going to bring on, and maybe deploying better strategies, which at the moment in the Giro, sort of working, sort of not working. We did let twice now Warren Barguil get in a breakaway and gain a significant amount of time. He's currently 6 minutes up on GC for the pink jersey, and we're in second place with G, which is good news. And Magnus is in third as well, which is also terrific news. The bad news, you might have saw it floating through on the top here in our infirmary. Laurens de Plus, who is riding exceptionally well, was emerging to be that second rider for us to potentially rely on, maybe become a GC leader for us, crashed horribly and fractured his coccyx. So he's on the mend. He might make it back for the Tour, though a fractured coccyx, I don't think so. Today, we're going from Martiniscuro to Feno. It does feature a couple little lumps along the way. These stages are always a bit testing, a bit interesting. You never know how things can go. Got to keep our wits about us in this one. All right, let's get down to the start line.
The 12th stage of the Tour of Italy takes up where we left off yesterday, with the first 50 kilometres out of Martinsicuro, following a flat route up the coast. However, at Civitanova Marche, the road turns inland for a succession of short, steep climbs. The rest of the 183-kilometre route therefore resembles the Tour of Flanders. 5 of the ascents earn mountain points, but they are more suited to a puncher than a climber, and we should certainly see the punchers to the fore on the final upward slope into San Costanzo. From there, they'll have 12 kilometres to fight it out before the finishing line in Fano.
Alrighty, so we heard the man. It is apparently Tour of Flanders-esque, which I don't really understand. I don't see how it's not cobbled. Maybe it's more of like the Ardennes Classics-esque. Maybe there is going to be some cobbles and we're just not aware of it. I have no idea, but there's some steep climbs, that is for sure. Monte Giova gets up to around 18% there. That is very steep right at the end of that climb. Yeah, everything else is just kind of that typical lumpy stuff. All right, we've got some, what is that, 18 riders trying to go off the front at the minute. Peloton seems to not be reacting at all. It's DSM in control with Warren Barguil leading the GC still here. What are we on? Stage 13, isn't it? I believe this is stage 13. I should know this. Stage 11. Sorry, stage 12. So we just finished stage 11. Stage 12, it's getting deep into it. We've got to worry about Barguil cracking. Hopefully he does, and G is in ideal position to take over. Bit of an update with other riders we're worrying about. 𝐬𝐬 is a bit further back, although he is the strongest mountain climber next to Thomas in this race. And this man floating forward, 𝐾𝐿 is emerging as a big contender for Grand Tours. And the Visma squad looks incredibly strong to be protecting him, leading him forward. They've emerged late into each mountain stage, and 𝐾𝐿's sprint seems a bit too much for us to deal with. All right, there's a bit of a surge going on here. Yeah, a bit of a surge in the peloton going on, but nothing too crazy. 4 minutes the gap at the moment to those 18 riders. We'll jump forward to when things start to get a bit hilly and the action heats up. Right, we're climbing up to a sprint point, which is bizarre because this is harder than some of the actual categorized climbs. We're around 3 minutes back at the moment. The peloton has certainly turned the heat up a little bit further. It is at the moment 𝐾𝐿 on the front. Now, that's rather interesting. I don't know who that could be for. I suppose potentially Chris Harper. Probably not. Maybe it's Caleb Ewan rating himself. He can get over climbs, that's for sure. 75 hill on him. Or it could be even for Luke Plapp, maybe. He's got a very nice medium mountain ability on him. Yeah, pretty interesting though that they're working the front. There is 𝐉𝐨𝐻 up there, the usual suspects, and 𝐸𝐻𝐻. I think this is a 𝐵inium kind of stage. He's going to be pretty hard to beat, that's for sure. If we're looking after Viviani, he could potentially feature. He's on a nice day, but it's kind of more important to look after our main GC contenders at the moment. All right, we're going to keep jumping forward to that series of Cat 4 climbs and see what transpires. All right, here we are on the Monsanto, kicking off the proceedings here. We're trying to ride as conservatively, if we can get that word out, as we can, but I think we're going to have to move our efforts up a little bit further now. Okay, we're looking all right at the minute. Yeah, no, not too concerning at the moment. But yeah, boy, the pace is hot, hot, hot. Even G and Magnus, who's on a very nice day, actually, Magnus, is starting to feel that. We've got the Ostra climb next. It is 9%. I think I'm just watching G. I'm okay if we slip backwards a little bit, but I'm just mindful of splits across the top. That's typically what happens in this game. All right, we've got that climb dealt with. We've got the La Croce next. We're still not going to move forward with the team just yet. It's kind of just about keeping our riders together just in case we need to pull for someone like what we happened in that stage where unfortunately Magnus crashed and we lost Laurens Duplus. Looks like Viviani is done for the day though. We might move Omar to protecting Magnus. We've still got Ben Turner to rely on for G to keep him shielded as well, which is excellent. We've got 2 more climbs to navigate. That pack of 18 is now a pack of 12 out front. 2 of Contador's team, the Polti team, are in here. 3, sorry, I didn't even see that. Feeling like they're a highly likelihood chance of staying away with 3 teammates willing to sacrifice for 1. Well, 2 for 1, really. We've got Ben Turner still looking okay. Caden Groves is here. He might be a bit of a favourite for this stage if things come back together yet. But yeah, we've got Magnus still looking pretty bloody strong. He does like these kind of stages more than the very high stuff. We've got 𝐵𝐴 up here looking pretty decent still. He's riding pretty high at the moment, isn't he? Hopefully he cracks. It's all we can hope for. All right, that's another climb dealt with. We've only got 1 to go. We'll jump forward in time till we are on that climb. Okay, we're coming in. Well, not really, because the peloton's sat up completely, and this group is now out to almost 5 minutes. But we're going to start thinking about forming our sprint train. So we've got G, Sheffield, and Kwiatkowski, the obvious 3. I think Josh Tarling next is, again, the obvious pick. Viviani might slip onto G potentially. I don't think he's going to be helpful into this climb. And if he does manage to hang on, well, he might be able to go for the stage. And now we've got Ben Turner. Now, Ben Turner can move his effort up. We're just going to keep him near the front. Oh, who's that? Luke Plapp on the attack. I don't know why. I think that's mostly just because, well, the chance for the stage win is up the road. So they may as well do something, roll the dice. Because 𝐶𝐶𝐻 were working at one point. All right, we've grabbed Tim Wellens' wheel with Ben Turner, mostly because we don't want to push to pace our own self just yet. And we don't want to really lose time. Okay, we're almost on to this final climb though, so we might go effort now with Ben Turner. Nullify any attacks and start the train. Might just drop his effort a little bit so we can go pretty close to the climb. And here we go, we're swinging onto it. We've got Luke Plapp looking to attack, so we might have to up the effort with Ben Turner. Take the gel with everybody, because once we're over this climb, it's pretty straightforward to the finish. Luke Plapp and Buitrago are going clear at the moment, though, but Ben Turner's looking pretty strong. Viviani's still here. That's interesting. He could have gone for the stage if we had have caught that EB, but anyway, that's fine. Ben Turner is keeping these 2 in front in check. We've only got 24 riders left here. Let's just do a quick check. Is Jorgensen and Almeida here? They both are. And so is 𝐵𝐴. That is unfortunate. Anyway, that's fine. We've run out of biddens, but not that long ago. We've got 90k to go. It's 90k to go. We've got 5k to go. We might launch with Ben Turner. Do a full lead out now. We got Omar next. We'll go with Omar at 99. We'll put Ben Turner on back a little bit and start the sprint. We've got Josh Tarling to go around next. I don't really know why we're bothering to do the full lead out, but hey, why not? We got the team to do it. We got 𝐀𝐻𝐨𝐬𝐧, then we got Sheffield, and then last but not least is, well, we'll just launch with everyone. I think 𝐀𝐻𝐿𝐧 going to lead the bunch in. Sheffield is, oh no, it's going to be 𝐉𝐨𝐻𝐺 actually. So yeah, would have liked to have caught the breakaway. But anyway, Sheffield, 𝐉𝐨𝐻𝐺, Thomas, and 𝐀𝐻𝐿𝐧 all coming across the line at the front of the race. That is ideal. 𝐵inium Gourmet leading out the next bunch across the line, and McNulty's there as well. So McNulty losing a little bit of time. I guess they're really all in for Almeida though, so it won't really matter so much. Okay, let's get to some podiums. And I didn't even catch that, but it was Luca Covelli from Bardiani taking the stage win, 9 seconds over Will Barter. Polti's, Contador's team, Polti, didn't actually manage anything. It was 4th in the end for them with Paul Double, 19 seconds back. And then here we are down here, 𝐉𝐵 leading out our little bunch that came in 5 minutes 3 back. In terms of GC, no major shifts. Josh Tarling, Matteo Jorgensen, Magnus Sheffield, and Geraint Thomas all in the top 5 still, with Warren Barguil keeping his 6-minute lead. We really hope he cracks soon. No changes on KOM, no changes on points, no changes on Young Rider, and no changes to team class. Alrighty, let's get into stage 13. And stage 13 is a pancake flat one, so we'll get everybody to looking after G and let 𝐉𝐵 do his thing. Quick Sim tells us Tim Merlier takes out stage win. 𝐿𝐵 𝐾𝐿𝐬 in 2nd place. Shout out IRL. They signed Dan McClay, the British rider, I think it is, that rides for 𝐾𝐻𝐨𝐮𝐢𝐞, as a lead-out man for him. So yeah, expect this guy to be a massive feature in all sprints going forward. And it's pretty interesting they made that decision, because I think they'll take, my call is, I think Visma are going to take him to the Tour, and I have a funny feeling Vingegaard is going to focus on the Giro and then maybe the Tour of Spain. That's my rough feel, because I don't think Vingegaard has it in him to beat Pogačar anymore. It seems like Pogačar's gone to another level, and let's be honest, Jonas is getting a little bit older. I reckon the focus for them is going to flick to Jorgensen, and it's going to flick to Nordhagen as he comes through. Obviously, he's still in their feeder squad at the moment, but boy, is that guy a talent. All right, where was 𝐉𝐵? He managed 38th. Did we lose any time? No time losses. That is good news. All right, on to stage 14. And stage 14 is the second and final TT of the Giro. 32k in length almost. We're going to 3D race this one. This is a fantastic time for G, who's back up in fitness, is increased by 1%. So that is very good news for us. Seems like 85 was going to be his lowest in this Giro. Good chance of a result.
After yesterday's stage that was handmade for sprinters, the Tour of Italy has come 100 kilometers northwest to Castiglione delle Stiviere for a 14th stage that is handmade for time trial specialists. The 31-kilometer route does undulate, but most is on a slight downward slope. And we'll definitely see some high average speeds when the line is crossed in Desenzano del Garda. Before that, the intermediate time checks in Solferino at 7.7 kilometers and in Torre di San Martino at 22.7 kilometers will give an idea as to how the GC favourites are faring before a day in the mountains.
Very, very true. And we're hoping that G has the legs for today. Gain some more time on Jorgensen will be massive. Would love to have about a 2-minute advantage over him. And same for Magnus as well. It's a great chance for him to maybe snag a top 3 additionally. And maybe grab some time back from Warren Barguil. All right, we'll wait until 𝐉𝐵 on the start route. All right, here is our Italian man in this race. Unfortunately, we don't have Filippo Ganna, so the Italian hopes for the Ineos team are rest on 𝐿𝐵. Not a noted time trialist, however, he's riding very high on GC, 71st. We've got Ben Turner coming down pretty shortly. What's interesting about this, I just want to show, is Penna is ahead of us. He's a noted very, very good climber for Jayco. Demarchi as well, and Enric Mas. He's had a horrendous Giro, Enrique Mas. Not worked out for him at all, it seems. I've got to quickly go back to the start ramp because Ben Turner is on it. 74 looks like it's working for Viviani so far. Maybe it needs to be 75 even, or maybe even a 76. So maybe we'll go back to Ben Turner and just adjust for that as well when he rolls down the ramp. Come on. There we go. We might put him on a 76 as well. But yeah, up ahead, we've got Quintana and Enrique Mas. These are riders that Viviani is ahead of on GC. Double as well. Very good climber on Conti's squad. Finn Fisher Black. Like, this is nuts. The tour that Viviani's having. I feel bad that we didn't get him that stage win. He only got that second place, and he really could have done it. Anyway, we're going to march forward with our crew. We've got Ben Turner and Viviani out early to kind of suss things out, see the tempo we should be setting. Look, Viviani, not a time trialist at all, but Ben Turner is slightly. Not exactly. He's more for the cobbles, but he does have a good engine. He might be able to lay a bit of a marker down for us through this first time check. No, not really. 76, not the best. He's being chased by 𝐀𝐛�𝐬𝐿, one of the favorites of today. So that's not ideal. And Jason Osborne ahead of him is a pretty solid TTR. So that, yeah, very much not ideal. We'll keep him on 76 for a little bit longer though, because I kind of have a good feeling about that. I feel like it's the right number to ride a negative split. Viviani going backwards. Same for Ben Turner at the moment. He's been caught by Coutinho. Rudy Millard's behind him. I don't think he'll be caught by him though. We might look to start to ramp it maybe to 79, maybe even 80 for Ben Turner. And for Viviani, we might move him to 77 for now. Going through the second time split, it's 91st for him. Jason Osborne, 53rd. Coutinho, looks like he's flying, to be honest. Yeah, he really is. Ben Turner, 67th. Okay, so he's moving slowly up the leaderboard. That's good news. We probably could really put Ben Turner on an 86 effort now and probably Viviani onto an 82 effort. So it's definitely a big negative split. Viviani's actually catching Dinham again. So yeah, these negative splits that the AI love to run don't really seem to work out. And Viviani's coming up to the finish line now. We might just move Dinham up to 90 effort. Viviani managed 82nd across the line, so that was actually not bad pacing. And Ben Turner is catching Coutinho. Coutinho did get the best reference time, but yeah, Ben Turner 36. So that looked like a good pacing strategy. So I think for the rest of the team, we've got pretty good time trialists coming next up. We might run something similar. Here is Omar Frail, not a noted time trialist. We're going to park him on 76. He'll run a similar strategy to Ben Turner and Viviani. Ivan Sosa's just behind him. Jeez, he's right. Yeah, our whole team is riding so high on GC. It's good to see. Anyway, we're going to follow Omar. We might jump forward a little bit, but yeah, running a similar strategy. Unfortunately, Omar not on the nicest of days. All right, coming into 5K to go with Omar. He's on a -2 days, so yeah, not his usual strong self that he's been on an excellent job for the team. That's fine. Really, his job's just to get through this stage. We got Rockaz has already caught him, and so has Sosa. Mollema is interestingly being caught by Sosa. Wow, that's bizarre. Anyway, we missed it, but Omar Frail went across the line. 109th for him, just in front of Viviani. So yeah, again, that negative split strategy seems to be working. We've got Kwiatkowski coming up next. And here he is, Kwiatkowski, not a bad time trialist. We might park him on a 77. Just learning from Ben Turner, seeing as he's a bit of a better time trialist. We've also got Josh Tarling coming very soon, who is an incredibly good time trialist. Might be a favorite for the stage. All right, Josh Tarling's on the start ramp. Kwiatkowski's just gone through that time check, 128th for him. I'm not too concerned about that, if I'm honest, because he can come back massively. He's almost in the top 10, Kwiatkowski, as well. And what's interesting is he has... Oh, because he's in the TT. I was going to say, he has the Polish bands on, even though he's a former world champion, but that's fine. Here is our Euro champion on the start ramp, Josh Tarling, and he is a huge favourite for this stage. We'll move him, I think, maybe a 78 effort, to be honest, because he is so good at the TT. Jorgensen, not a bad time trialist coming off next as well, but a good chance in this one for both Magnus and G to gain time into Jorgensen. And here is Sheffield down the start ramp. We'll move him on to 78 as well, I think. I think he can follow a similar strategy to Tarling. Thomas behind, unfortunately, on a 0 RDC day, which means with his fitness, he's going to be on -1 in some categories we'd like him to be a bit stronger in. 77 for him, I think, will be the number. And we'll follow Kwiatkowski for a second, a bit longer, only because we're going to have to adjust his effort pretty shortly. We'll let him go down this little descent at 77, and we'll bump him up to 79 now. All right, back to Josh Tarling. He's a rider that I think could be at 79 as well, to be honest. He's looking very, very good on this stage. 37 through that first time check, and he's keeping it in reserve. So, yeah, things are going to turn up, I think, for Josh Tarling. I think this is a potential stage win in the making. He's looking really strong, isn't he? Up ahead, Kwiatkowski needs to up his effort. Maybe 85 for him now. Back to Josh Tarling. I think it's time for 82 for him. Sheffield could go up to 79 maybe for now. Watching Thomas, definitely 79 for him as well. Barguil behind through to 20k, and Thomas, I'm not really seeing where they are on the thing, am I? But anyway, they're looking good. Go back up to Kwiatkowski, just watch him for a minute on that 85. He's at 2k to go. Yeah, he's going to run out of his yellow at an ideal time. He's swinging around. There's the kite. Probably park him up to 99 and he can really gas it to the finish. We'll move Tarling up to an 84 effort. It was 76th for Kwiatkowski, so not the best paced, but that's fine. We'll move Tarling up to an 85. We might move Sheffield up to an 80. G behind him. Wait, where is Jorgensen then? Jorgensen's on a flyer. He's ahead of Sheffield. He's actually caught Sheffield massively. Oh no, that's right. I'm getting my order all mixed up. We'll watch Magnus go through this time check, and it's 33rd for him. That's good news. Back up to Tarling. He's in 6th. He's got Almeida ahead of him, and boy, is this looking pretty good. We might just move him up to 87 now. Back to Sheffield. 80 looks good. G's looking pretty good as well. Might move him up to an 83 effort. Back up to Sheffield. He's about to come under the 5k to go. We'll move him up to 84. Yeah, Josh Tarling does take out the win. That's, well, the provisional win at the moment. Put 32 seconds into Catania. All right, we've got Sheffield we got to really worry about. There's Jorgensen almost at the kite. That's good news for us because we're not too far off him. We'll move Sheffield up to 87, and we might move G as well up to 87. He has quite a bit in reserve. He's riding a little bit too conservative, actually. Might have to move him to 91. Just watch him for a minute. I don't want to burn him out. Ooh, it's going to be close. I think we might have timed that poorly. Let's see. 25th. It's not the best because McNulty and João Almeida had a good day, a very good day. Let's see these final podiums to confirm how that went. It is a win for Josh Tarling. That's the big news. Sheffield, not the best of days, but not the worst of days. Definitely time into not McNulty. Jorgensen. There's so many Americans in contention now. Time lost to McNulty and Almeida, but there is a lot of a buffer between those two. So here it is, 5 minutes 22. It's around a minute gained on Warren Barguil. Sheffield, 5 minutes 23. Josh Tarling moves ahead of Jorgensen with that win. And that is, yeah, very nice to see. No changes in any of the other classifications for now, though. Josh Tarling actually moves close on the young rider. He had such a strong TT, and we gained time on UAE in the team class. All right, let's take a quick look at these result sheets. So Jorgensen finished behind G. That's good news. He didn't have the best day. Where is Jorgensen? Maybe he did finish ahead of G. I tell you what, Sepp Kuss had a fantastic time trial. That 14th from him, yeah, that's nuts. There he is. He's on 21st, so it was almost a negligible difference between these two. So looking at GC, G and Magnus get very close. Only a second separate these two. Josh Tarling hey, why not just ride for a 1, 2, 3 on GC, hey? He just keeps getting better and better in this tour. He's only 20 years of age. It's nuts how good he is at the TT. So Jorgensen and G, there's a minute, what is that? About a minute, caught 15, 16, but caught 14, actually a minute 14 between them. Sheffield and, well, it's the same time gap really, and 𝐻𝐻 𝐷𝐻𝐻 as well. He's in the mix. So that's really it. This is your race. 𝐻𝐻 𝐷𝐻𝐻, Jorgensen, Magnus, and G. That's the race for pink, with maybe 𝐀𝐛�𝐮𝐬 will hold on. Okay, let's get into stage 15. Ooh, I've got the US Nationals though. Let's have a quick look at the course. It's not really one that suits Andrew, if I'm honest, unfortunately. We're going to have to quick sim, but hopefully he does well. 11th, not bad. It's Nielsen Powless taking the stage win for EF. Sean Quinn making it a 1-2. I think he's a rider who could win it in the future. That's for damn sure. Unfortunately, the good news is Magnus is hitting his peak. That's excellent. He couldn't emerge as our guy for GC yet. Leo Hayes has gone a bit ill. Brendan Rivera has got a bit of an illness as well. We've got €70 from Andrew August's win. We might just deposit that back straight to his bank account. All right, let's get over to Italy, and it's from Manibro de Garda to Livigno, up the, what do we call this climb? The Motolino? Big old climb, this one. It's a big test. This is going to be a big one. 86% fitness for G, and Sheffield at 94% fitness. It's going to get interesting, isn't it?
The 15th and longest stage of this year's Tour of Italy. The 220-kilometer route starts in Manerba del Garda on the banks of Lake Garda and finishes at 2,385 meters in the Motolino winter sports area. In between, there is plenty of climbing. The third category Lodrino and the second category 𝐂𝐿𝐴 ascents come within the first 65 kilometers. The third category Aprica is then climbed before a passage into Switzerland and an 18-kilometer climb at over 7% of the Forcola di Livigno. Then it's down into Livigno for the ascent to the finish. 8.3 kilometers at close to 7%. With slopes at 8, 10 and 12% as the riders approach the line.
All right, it is going to be a very interesting stage, that is for sure. We've got quite a few riders, very interesting getting off the front, which is making for a very, very difficult start at the moment. DSM is doing, credit to them, a great job controlling it. Looks like they've got some help from Bahrain Victorious now as well, so I suppose they've either missed the boat or they're not happy with the makeup of the breakaway, not too sure. We've got Ben Turner who needs to find Magnus Sheffield, so we'll pop him on protection duties now. And I kind of want to send Omar Frail up the road, but we're going to kind of wait for things to settle down yet. Right, we kind of missed the boat, I think, with Omar Frail. We might still try, why not, hey? Who's in it actually before I fully commit to that? So we've got Wout Poels, Parrot Pontra, Gesink, Mollema, and Chris Harper. It is not worth going up there. Bob Youngles is trying to cross Rafael Majka as well. Bob Youngles is riding 8th on GC. Wow, he always rides really, really well at the Giro, I feel. Like he always pulls out some sort of result here. Anyway, we're going to stick with the peloton and we will jump forward to these category 1 climbs, the giants. We're going to go over the Passo del Mortirolo, one of the most famous climbs in Italy. This climb is. Had an attack from Max Poole. He's missed the break and it's, what the hell? How does this keep happening? Who has let Warren Barguil off the bloody front? All right, we might have to work. If Visma aren't interested, we can't have that happen. I mean, I'm happy for him to be up there and lose some energy. That's excellent, but it just can't be on, you know. Like I do need an easier stage. That's the frustrating thing, but yeah, that just can't be happening, guys. All right, so we're going to put Omar into relays. Looks like we've got a bit of help from FDJ. They're either attacking or going full gas at the minute. Hard to tell. We'll move Omar up to maybe 80 effort. Try and catch this breakaway just ahead of us. They almost got 3 minutes. He's going to win the Giro with these moves, you know. It's going to happen. I'm sick to death of it. Oh, we got to do something about it. It's blowing out even further. Yeah, we're going to have to up it to maybe an 86 effort. We'll adjust everyone's effort behind, though. They're around 76 as well. It's an 86 effort, I mean, from Omar Frail. It's FDJ trying to help on the front. I suppose that's for Lenny Martinez. Go back to behind, just make sure we're not losing at any time. We've got the Mortarolo coming up as well. This is, yeah, going to get very interesting. I'm hoping this blows up Warren Barguil. That's the only saving grace to all this, is if it blows him up, excellent, because we finally won't have to deal with him anymore. We might get Ben Turner or Viviani to grab some drink bottles shortly. We are catching Warren Barguil's group. That's the good news. I don't know how he slipped off the front. We didn't quite catch that. Unfortunately, Omar Frail is almost cooked, but we'll get Ben Turner to grab drink bottles before we hit this next climb, just in case that's the last thing we can use him for. We'll just keep an eye on this time gap, but we won't work just yet. I think it's going to come back. That's the good news. Omar's hit the front again, so we've got representation. That's good. Yeah, we are catching it. That's for sure. Yeah, looks like we're going to catch him. Excellent. All right, go back to maintain, Omar. I think you're going to go out the back, but thank you very much. You've helped out massively to get Barguil back in the group, and I hope that hurt you, Barguil. I really hope it did, because you need to crack. We really need you to crack. All right, we're going to watch G and not Kwiatkowski, Magnus, Sheffield up this climb. They're our main two to worry about. We've got Viviani and Ben Turner to help look after these two stars. We might have to move them up efforts. Actually, we'll move everyone up to 83, but we'll just watch Sheffield and G for a sec. Okay, this, yeah, definitely Visma's interested. Oh, it's not even Visma. It's actually DSM and Interwanti at the moment. But Magnus is riding pretty well. G's hurting a little bit. He's a bit further back, which I don't like to see. Hopefully he moves forward. We've got Josh Tarling with him. But yeah, the Mortarolo climb is awfully tough, isn't it? Awfully tough. Might be able to move Magnus back a bit, and same for G. Maybe for everyone, actually. Maybe around that 74 for all. Josh Tarling's still here. I'd like him to get over the front with this group if possible. We have run out of riders. Back here, we'll put everyone on predefined. Jump back up, just don't want to miss anything. Okay, we're almost over the Mortarolo. Not long to go. We're not going to get the EB, I don't think. We have our 3 main riders left. We've got to make a decision here, and it's going to be a bit of a decisive one. We have to protect one of our riders, and I'm torn. G's on a -1 day, and Magnus is on a +3 day. I'm going to protect Magnus. It kind of has to be done. Down this descent, though, however, I'm going to get Josh Tarling to grab drink bottles. There's only 42 riders left in this peloton. DSM were pushing the pace, and that kind of worries me, because Barguil must be feeling good. He's hitting the front for the descent as well. He's looking confident. And when you're confident, it usually means you got good form. So he's not hurting that much. G, in comparison, is hurting quite a bit. Look at how much yellow bar and red bar he lost over that climb, in comparison to Magnus, who kind of took it in his stride and felt fine with it. All right, let's get a little bit more forward up to this final climb. Right, we are on this climb. G and Magnus both need to up their effort, because Visma are doing Visma things, and they've hit the front. They've really ramped the pace. Josh Tarling is going to get blown here, and I think so will G, if I'm honest. It's definitely, today is the decisive day, and it's going to be Magnus. He's our rider. He's looking the best between our 2 stars of the squad. G's going to switch to protecting him, do what he can, hopefully, to look after him as deep as possible in here. We're going to have to take the gel with him. It looks like FDJ want to turn the pace up now as well. We're going to have to adjust effort. We'll have to put G back on predefine. Magnus, come on, don't lose those wheels. No, Magnus, come on. The whole peloton's attacking. What is going on here? The whole peloton is moving. We're going to have to hope that Magnus can just ride through riders. I'm going to move him back on effort though, because I'm concerned he'll blow up. This is nuts. I don't know what is going on. We're not far from the top. That's the good news. Magnus can adjust back, but Jorgensen's up the road. That is the bad news. We're going to have to take gel with Magnus. We'll keep here for now. Up and over the top, great. Down the other side. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. There's Magnus's group. We've got Jorgensen's group. We've got Magnus riding through people though. He's looking decent, but not really at the same time. So there's Jorgensen's group. Magnus is hurting though. We might have to move him back to around that 58 effort, maybe 62. Oof. Go a bit deeper, go a bit deeper, go a bit deeper. Come on, Magnus. Come on. We've got a winner up ahead. Things are slowing down for it. We're going to hit sprint with Magnus. Jorgensen has definitely taken a massive chunk out here. Lawson Craddock's going to be next across the line. It's Lenny Martinez taking that stage win. That's why FDJ were working so hard. Oh boy, Magnus comes across the line in 9th. G has suffered massively behind. He might hold on to a top 10 on the GC, but yeah, not the best stage at all for the Ineos crew. Our tactics, they need some working. The good news though is Magnus has pulled through. He should still be, and I'd say comfortably, top 3 on GC. And yeah, 𝐉𝐨𝐬𝐧 has cracked massively as well. So that should be a big shift in the GC. I think Jorgensen's going to be taking the pink though. All right, rather than speculate, let's jump to the podiums and find out. All right, Lenny Martinez, 55 seconds on Jorgensen. Magnus, 1:42. So that's almost all of the advantage wiped out. Warren 𝐉𝐨𝐬𝐧 did crack, but not completely. So he holds on to pink still. Jorgensen has definitely closed the gap. There's only 20 seconds in it. Lenny Martinez has emerged for a potential podium spot as well. 𝐻𝐻 𝐻𝐻 is still in the mix along with 𝐺𝐺, although they seem to be riding all for Lenny Martinez. 𝐉𝐨𝐬𝐧 keeps his KOM. Tim Merlier keeps the points class. Magnus keeps the white jersey. 20 seconds to gap there. There it is. And UAE take over the team class. Whoa. The Giro just got flipped on its head. G is out of contention completely. He's not even in the... Oh, he's hanging to a top 10. At least now we confirm who we're riding for. And I think might have to eat my words from last episode. Well, thinking it was going to be Laurens Del Plus, I guess, in fairness. But yeah, no, we're all in for Magnus, aren't we? We'll see how the young star can go. It's his first time leading this team. And hopefully he holds on. All right, let's jump to the next stage and take a look at it. All right, taking a look at it. We might save this one for next episode. I want to, though, have a look actually at what remains in this... hang on, let me find calendar. That would help. Okay, I want to just have a quick check at what remains in this Giro. So we're here, stage 16, and it is a very mountainous finale once again. We're going to have to ride much more strategically. We only have one leader now. That's the good news. So we can be a bit smarter. We have another climbing stage straight after. So these are both going to be very difficult for us. However, that's a little bit more straightforward. Stage 17 looks a bit better off. We've then got a flat stage. We've got a medium mountain stage, which is excellent. Magnus loves medium mountains. That's good news. We've got another hilly stage. I remember this one from this year, actually. The one that goes over the... I forget the name of the climb. Very hard climb, though, but it does feature a massive descent. So that is excellent news. So if we get through these next 2 stages in top 3 contention or hanging to top 3, I think we can do it. Because this stage, Magnus is going to like. This stage, I think we can navigate it. It will be very hard, but I think we'll be okay. And then, well, that's it. We're into the Roma. All right, so things are going to heat up. We will finish the Giro in Friday's episode, guys, so tune in for that one. But yeah, things are very interesting. At least now we know who we're working for in the Giro. It's unfortunate with G. I think, yeah, just that fitness peak, the timing of it was just all wrong. Can we have a look at how we got that wrong? Look at his preparation, maybe. Yeah, see, I think he was meant to be focusing on the tour. And I thought I put... Yeah, look at that. We got this all wrong. I thought we put the Giro for him. I've just messed that one up. So lessons learned for next season. But hey, we're learning about Magnus. We're testing him nice and early, aren't we? And I did say I thought he was a rider who he's a bit nervous, but I thought he was a rider who could potentially do it for us. And he's proving that he can. He just need to improve his mountain, that's all. But he's got good potential in it. If we look at his training, as a climber, he's got well, not great potential, but he's got potential to get that really trained up. We don't know his style just yet, but he's being trained as a stage racer, so things are looking good for him. This is our man for the tour, so I'm a bit confused why G was marked as that. Bernal, I think, wanted to go to the Giro, but we obviously didn't take him. Maybe we should have. He's got great mountain ability, but that's fine. All right, guys, that's been it for this episode. We're all in for Magnus Sheffield. We're hoping G can pull himself together and support Magnus. We might have a tilt at the pink jersey yet. All right, guys, give this episode a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've set a little mini goal. Would love to hit 500 subs by the end of the year. It's going to be a challenge. I don't really market this channel that well, but I just post daily. I love doing this game, so it's more for the love of it, but I'd love to hit 500 subs by the end of the year if we could. All right, guys, peace out.